Welcome everyone. Today we are going to explore one of the most important services in AWS for building and managing APIs at scale, AWS API Gateway. It acts as the front door for all your backend systems and handles everything from routing to security so your application can run smoothly in production. Today we will discuss these topics: AWS API Gateway, REST versus HTTP versus WebSocket APIs, integrations, authentication and security, throttling and rate limiting, and production API gateway setup. AWS API Gateway is a fully managed service that acts as the entry point for all API traffic. It handles request routing, authentication, throttling, monitoring, and SSL termination, and forwards requests to backend services like Lambda, HTTP endpoints, or other AWS services. REST versus HTTP versus WebSocket APIs. API Gateway supports three main API types. REST APIs provide a full feature set, including request validation, API keys, and usage plans, but are more expensive. HTTP APIs are lighter, faster, and cheaper, making them the best choice for most modern Lambda-based applications, and they support built-in JWT authentication. WebSocket APIs are used for real-time communication, where a persistent connection is needed for bidirectional data flow like chat systems or live updates. Integrations. API Gateway supports multiple integration types. Lambda proxy integration sends the full request to Lambda and returns a structured response. HTTP proxy forwards requests to any HTTP backend. AWS service integration allows direct communication with services like SQS, SNS, and DynamoDB without using Lambda. These integration types give flexibility in designing different architectures. Authentication and security. API Gateway provides multiple authentication methods. Cognito user pools validate user tokens. JWT authorizers work with any identity provider. Lambda authorizers allow custom authentication logic. API keys are used for simple access control and usage plans. And IAM authentication uses SIG-v4 for secure service-to-service communication. These options ensure secure access to APIs. Throttling and rate limiting. Throttling in API Gateway controls how many requests are allowed to prevent backend overload. It works at account, stage, and method levels. Rate limits control sustained traffic per second, while burst limits handle short spikes. If limits are exceeded, API Gateway returns a 429 too many requests response. This ensures stability and protects backend systems. Production API Gateway setup. A production setup includes best practices, like using custom domains with SSL certificates from ACM, separating environments using stages like dev, staging, and prod, enabling CloudWatch logging and metrics for monitoring, enabling X-ray tracing for request visibility, and securing APIs using AWS WAF. CORS configuration is also required for browser-based clients. This setup ensures scalability, security, and observability in real-world applications. Conclusion. In conclusion, AWS API Gateway is a powerful and fully managed service that acts as the front door for all your backend systems. It simplifies API management by handling routing, security, throttling, and monitoring, while giving you flexibility to connect with Lambda, HTTP services, or other AWS services. Choosing the right API type, REST, HTTP, or WebSocket, depends on your use case, and proper setup of authentication, throttling, and production best practices ensures your APIs are secure, scalable, and reliable in real-world environments. Thank you for watching.